Okay, let's take you back to last night. President Trump is now looking ahead to Nevada and South Carolina after winning the New Hampshire Republican primary, defeating Nikki Haley by double digits. President Trump becoming the first non-incumbent GOP presidential candidate to win both in Iowa and New Hampshire since both of those states began kicking off election season back in 1976. The next primary is in 2 weeks in South Carolina. That is where we find our Brooke Schaefer this morning. Joe Khalil has the latest from the Haley campaign in New Hampshire. But this morning, we want to start off with Kelly Meyer, who has more from President Trump's big primary finish. Kelly, Trump took quite a victory lap last night.
Yeah, that's right, Markie. Racking up another win, as you mentioned, the first Republican presidential candidate to win both Iowa and New Hampshire since 1976. He was celebrating that victory last night, but he couldn't stop talking about Nikki Haley. He was hoping that she would drop out of the race last night like we saw Ron DeSantis do on Sunday, but instead she vowed to fight on, and that seemed to strike a nerve with the former president as Haley came out on stage shortly after our Decision Desk HQ called the race for Donald Trump here in New Hampshire. He called Haley an imposter. He called her delusional, and he couldn't stop coming back to that in his speech. Take a listen to this.
She's doing like a speech like she won. She didn't win. She lost. When I watched her in the fancy dress, that probably wasn't so fancy. If we don't win, I think our country is finished.
And something else that seemed to strike a nerve with the former president was how he was talking about these Democrats that changed their registration to independent to vote in the primary yesterday. Now, Democrats can't vote in the GOP primary, but back in October was the deadline for Democrats to change their registration to independent or undeclared so they could vote. And he said they were casting their votes specifically against him. Another thing that he kept going on to True Social about was this polling that Haley could beat Biden more than Trump could beat Biden. And he kept saying that he is the one that can do it. So now they are on to South Carolina. They are still feeling very confident with these two wins going into the next big nominating contest. He also picked up more Senate endorsements last night as he won here in New Hampshire. He picked up Texas Senator John Cornyn and Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer. So more and more senators and other lawmakers and officials rallying behind Trump, as we're seeing here in New Hampshire, too.
Yeah.
Markie.
And we are on to the next. The race continues. Kelly, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.